thank you so much for coming to Friday's Heroes Employee of the Week. And then today, we're also going to be talking about coaches versus cancer, which is why I'm wearing these size 13 Air Jordan basketball shoes that I've had for longer than I'd like to admit. Today, we're going to start off with Friday's Heroes. And this is, like I say, every week, this is my favorite part of the week. To talk about the great men and women of the Albuquerque Police Department, the Fire Department, and then our great employees that go out there and do great things for us every day. Today, we have Officer John O'Gwin is with us, who responded to an accidental shooting call, and he treated a woman who had sustained life-threatening injuries, which is normally what we'd think our firefighters might do. And you're going to see where the firefighters come into this equation here in just a minute. The incident happened this past October. When the local woman was removing a gun from her glove compartment, the firearm accidentally discharged, resulting in a serious injury. When Officer O'Gwin arrived on scene, he found the woman and her friend in the vehicle. One female was bleeding profusely, and her friend was attempting to apply pressure to the wound. Officer O'Gwin quickly applied a tourniquet to the injured woman's leg. The tourniquet obviously helped helped control the bleeding, and the woman was transported to the trauma unit at UNMH Hospital. Officer O'Gwin was able to respond in a skilled manner, thanks in great part to training recently provided to our APD officers by members of the Albuquerque Fire Department, who are also with us today. The AFD training gives police officers valuable tools to deal with various medical emergencies. The day after the incident, Officer O'Gwin visited the woman in the hospital to check on her condition. That's certainly going above and beyond the call as well. She was in intensive care where she was recovering from the gunshot wound. He learned just how serious the situation was. Apparently the bullet had severed her femoral artery, causing excessive bleeding. It's without question that this masterful handling of the emergency situation helped save her life in the aftermath of the shooting. I'm going to have Chief Banks come up and talk about Officer O'Gwin a little bit, and then we're also going to have Captain Jackie White, who has a special guest with her today as well, to talk about, I think Adriana is with us, and she's going to talk about some of the training that we do. But first, let's have Chief Banks say a few words. Chief, thanks.
Thank you, Mayor. You know, it's an honor to stand up here and honor these heroes, because it's exactly the word is they're heroes. And they're out there day in and day out taking care of our community. And it's not a matter if they're a firefighter, it doesn't matter if they're a police officer. We're all public safety, taking care of the public, taking care of the community. So for the fact that fire assists us in our training as first responders, we get there before them, we're able to assess and conduct first aid to help victims. That every second is critical. And the goal is to make sure that we do everything and anything we can until they get additional medical assistant. John here, he actually bought his own tourniquet prior to us even supplying the entire department with tourniquets. And he had that tourniquet with him for a long time. And the quality of officers the Albuquerque Police Department brings on, he is a true testament. He is or was an EMT prior to becoming a police officer. He also worked at the emergency room of one of our local hospitals here. So although he had some of those basic skills, he brings those over as a police officer to continue to help his fellow officers and the community. So a fantastic job by this officer, saving a life, taking upon himself, applying the tourniquet to make sure that her life continues and her quality of life is above none. Fire Department, AFD, we appreciate the fact that they have trained every single one of our police officers in the Albuquerque Police Department how to utilize tourniquets to save lives. Tourniquets are becoming very important throughout the United States. Major city chiefs have adopted the use of tourniquets and the training for tourniquets, so that tells you how important it is. And the fact that we're already using them prior to that decision being made is fantastic, and is a true testament of what a great department, what a great public safety community that we have here in Albuquerque. So John, good job, congratulations.
Thank you,
Job well done.
Thank you, well done, thank you. So Officer O'Gwin, we have a Friday's Heroes coin that we have made up for the police department, and it's just really with great honor that I give you the Heroes coin, and appreciate all you're doing out there every day, keeping us safe and our families safe, and handling emergency situations like this. So it takes a lot of calm, cool, and collected training and everything else to go with this. So we appreciate you very much, and let's give him a round of applause.
Thank you.
You stay up here if you'd like. Jackie, come on up. Chief, you can stay up if you'd like while Jackie talks about this a little bit.
Can we lower this?
Captain White from AFD. Yeah, I know I've got the tall guy version
It's
here.
okay. Right.
And tell us who you've got with you.
Now, this is my daughter Adriana. She's my little sidekick today.
Excellent, excellent.
We were asked by the Albuquerque Police Department to sit down and talk about how we can join our training together and what things we see that they may need that we provide to the citizens of Albuquerque. One of the things that was identified was oftentimes they're on scene well before we are, and obviously they see a lot more dangerous scenes than we do. We wait till a scene is secure until we enter that. Having said that, we identified that if a law enforcement officer is hit, God forbid, or stabbed, it may be several minutes before we can get on scene. Like the example when John applied the tourniquet, a femoral artery can bleed out within 3 minutes, and oftentimes we cannot be on scene in that time. So it was identified that it might be a good idea that Albuquerque Police Department has tourniquets for each and every one of their officers, and with the leadership of Chief Banks, that has happened. We were able to provide 40 classes to the police department, and we were able to train every single one of the police departments, or police officers within the department. And it has proven to save several lives. There's been more than just John, but today we're honoring John for his heroic act, and it's great to see the training being applied right away. I also have to say that the person that he put the tourniquet on is a personal friend of mine. So full circle, it comes back full circle, and pretty neat to see. So congratulations, John.
Well, thank you.
Yes,
Thanks,
sir.
Captain
Thank
White.
you.
And Chief Downey's with us. He's standing there in the back of the room today, sir. Thank you,
Thank you, Chief.
For your leadership as well. And this is what it looks like when public safety folks get together for the betterment of themselves and the community and the two departments. So great use of taxpayer resources, obviously from the training standpoint, and it's good stuff. You should proud of your mom.
We hope to continue that.
Well,
kind
we
of
are.
training.
We're too.
Sure.
So,
Thank
all right.
you.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it. Chief, thanks. All right, Mr. Romero, Dwayne Romero, come on up. Jack, thank you. How you doing? Great to see you. Got the tennis shoes on as well.
I do.
All right.
I didn't get the memo till
Didn't get the memo for the tennis shoes, yeah. So let's Jack Shearer from the Aviation Department is here with our Employee of the Week, who is Dwayne Romero. And we're honoring Mr. Romero. He's from the City Aviation's Department for continually providing outstanding service to travelers at the Albuquerque International Sunport. Dwayne Romero is an aviation custodial supervisor, and he is this week's Employee of the Week. At the beginning of this month, Dwayne noticed 5 families who seemed quite concerned as they attempted to locate flight information at the Albuquerque Sunport. When he asked what was wrong, they said that they had unaccompanied children flying in from Denver, and that they needed to meet at the gate, but the display was not showing the relevant information that they needed on the children's flight. Dwayne stepped up to assist the families, locating the gate at which the aircraft would arrive, and making contact with the flight crew to ensure that they would escort the children to their eagerly awaiting parents. Dwayne's well known at the Sunport for his efforts to provide excellent customer service for travelers both from Albuquerque and from around the world when they come to our great city. In another instance, Dwayne witnessed an elderly passenger having trouble with his luggage while riding the escalator. Struggling to keep his balance, the passenger fell backwards on the escalator. Dwayne jumped into action and stopped the escalator. He then rushed to the aid of the individual and contacted aviation police and paramedics. He stayed with and comforted the Sunport patron until help arrived. He's been with the city for 19 years, 9 of which he's served with our aviation department. And he currently supervises a staff of 14 custodians who work diligently late into the night to make sure that the Sunport makes a positive impression for individuals and the thousands of people who travel through our airport on a daily basis. He's a true ambassador for the city and for the International Sunport, and through his compassion and for those in need and his desire to serve customers and his just ability to be a true professional, he is this week's Employee of the Week, and I believe your wife Michelle is with you as well. Ma'am, nice to see you. So I'm going to have Jack Shearer come up and say a few words about Mr. Romero, and then we have an award as well.
Well, I'm extremely pleased that Dwayne has been chosen as this week's Employee of the Week. I have had the pleasure of working with Dwayne for a while now, and I can tell you that he is a professional in what he does. He is a true leader. His supervisor skills are second to none. His staff respects him. The other supervisors respect him. He is just a terrific person, and you know, he's one of the good guys. I'll say that right now for Dwayne. There is never an issue when Dwayne's in charge. I don't think there's any situation that he couldn't handle immediately and produce the results that we would all be proud of. And I'm just extremely pleased that Dwayne has been recognized as Employee of the Week. Dwayne,
Thank you.
you bet.
Good job. Thanks, Jack. You know, as mayor, I travel some around the country on city business, and you know, I end up at some of the same airports, you know, that are in D.C. or New York or Los Angeles and other places, and they're all fine places. But boy, none of them can really stand up to the Sunport, and part of that reason is you know, they may be bigger, but man, you keep it. It looks great all the time, the whole team out there, Jim and Jim Hine, the whole group out there, really takes a lot of pride in it. And I get more compliments as a mayor when I talk to people about Albuquerque and touting our city, and they say, you have a beautiful airport. And it's always so nice when we're there. And so thanks a lot. So what we have is an Employee of the Week mug for you, as well as a certificate that we give each week for Employee of the Week. And then we have a letter for your personnel file as well. So thanks for your passion and your
Thank you.
ambassadorship on behalf of the city. And
Thank you.
I'll be
Appreciate
seeing
it.
you guys the next couple days while I'm running through the airport again. So
Okay.
thanks for all
Okay,
you do.
thank
We
you. I
appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, let's bring the Coaches versus Cancer crowd up. I know Marjorie's here, and who else? Is it just us two? I know. I see other people with tennis shoes in here. Marjorie Krebs, the real athletic director, the vice president of athletics for the university. You can tell Paul I said that.
I'll be glad to.
As I said earlier, everybody's probably wondering why the mayor's running around in a pair of sneakers today. It's not just the mayor. We have a lot of people around the country that are doing the same thing. And we're bringing attention for support for the 2014 American Cancer Society's Suits and Sneakers campaign. Corporations and organizations can join in the fight against cancer by hosting a Wear Your Sneakers to Work Day. Individuals will make a minimum donation of $5 to the American Cancer Society for the opportunity to wear sneakers to work on the first day of the NCAA March Madness basketball tournament that takes place on March 18th. So I want to thank the coaches, all the coaches at UNM, Noodles, and everybody else, Coach Davey and others that are really involved in Coaches versus Cancer. Coach Neal, I know, is very passionate about this, and I want to thank him for that. But also the volunteers and all those who are participating in this campaign across the city, as well as all those who are partnering with the American Cancer Society. Their efforts on behalf of cancer patients, survivors, caregivers in all New Mexico will have a significant impact on reducing the toll of cancer within our state. It's estimated that more than 10,000 New Mexicans were diagnosed with cancer just last year. In that same year, cancer caused more than 3,500 deaths in our state alone. Taking preventative steps would go a long way towards reducing the number, such as exercising, eating healthy, quitting smoking, get recommended cancer screenings, and support education, awareness, and treatment programs. You know, Albuquerque has a very strong smoke-free ordinance in place. We just actually added to that by taking e-cigarettes out of the hands of minors in our community as well. But secondhand smoke has always been a problem. I was lucky to be in the state legislature when we actually voted for the D. Johnson Indoor Air Quality Act. I was one of the legislators that voted for that. And it was actually a unanimous vote in the House. Republicans, Democrats, everybody voted for that, and it's good. But as mayor, I want to do all that we can to ensure that we have a safe and we have a healthy community. So I'm proud of initiated efforts that have prevented, as I said, the e-cigarettes to minors, but also I'm challenging businesses to get involved with the American Cancer Society. So we talked about March 18th, $5, wear your sneakers. Businesses around the community get involved with the American Cancer Society and help us raise funds and awareness so that we can fight disease. So I'm thrilled today to have my good friend Marjorie Krebs with us. She's the wife of the UNM Athletic Director, Vice President of Athletics, Paul Krebs, both great community members and leaders in this effort. And I want to have Marjorie, who's the co-chair of Coaches versus Cancer, their gala, to speak on behalf of the campaign and the upcoming gala. So Marjorie, you can stand over there and you can.
Thank you very much, Mayor Barry. I know RJ and Maria have been great supporters of Coaches versus Cancer in the past, and it's my pleasure to be here today to represent all of those volunteers for the Coaches versus Cancer Gala, which will be May 3rd of this year at the Tamiya Resort and Spa. I have my sneakers on today and my suit, so I owe somebody $5 to get to run around campus in this outfit. And I come to this cause with a very personal connection, as everyone does. I don't know of anyone who hasn't been touched by cancer. My good friend Cheryl Ferguson was diagnosed with colon cancer and passed away almost 15 years ago. And I know if she had been diagnosed today, because of the work the American Cancer Society has done with research and raising funds, she probably would have survived that cancer had she had the benefits of the research that the American Cancer Society has conducted between then and now. My grandmother passed away from ovarian cancer. Paul's mom has had cancer. His brother has had cancer. It touches all of us. And the dollars that are contributed through Coaches versus Cancer do make a difference in all the strides of cancer research. So it's with great pride that UNM and the Lobo basketball program bring their fighting spirit and that energy toward fighting cancer, and we'd love to have the support of all those in the community. And you can contact our American Cancer Society here in Albuquerque to get involved. And thank you again, Mayor, for this opportunity, and we're very excited to have our gala May 3rd and look forward to connecting with more members of the community. So
Thanks,
you.
Marjorie. Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Thank
It really is a great gala. If you haven't been to Coaches versus Cancer, you get a chance to mingle with the coaches. Coach Neil Noodles will be there. There's players there. The band shows up. The cheerleaders are there. It's just a lot of fun. Great silent auction and live auction. I bought a guitar there a couple of years ago, and I was playing it just the other day. There's a lot of things to do. Do we have Michael from the American Cancer Society here as well? Thank you so much. Cynthia Cerna also. Do you guys want to say a few words, or are you just here taking photos today?
Taking photos, but yeah.
Come on up and just say a few words about the great work that the American Cancer Society does. Michael Radigan from the American Cancer Society.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. I remember that guitar. It was the guitar that got away.
Oh, you rebid against me?
Yes.
Man.
But I just want to thank the city of Albuquerque and UNM Athletics and Marjorie and her leadership and everything that she's doing to really make this a stellar event here. The impact that the American Cancer Society is having here in the state of New Mexico and the world around is profound. Every day it seems like I'm hearing news about the amazing breakthroughs that we're having. We just got up to 47 Nobel Prize Nobel laureates that we've been able to fund through our research. So it really is making a difference, as Marjorie said, and it's great to work with the UNM Athletics and the city of Albuquerque in this endeavor. And so I appreciate everything that you are all doing and putting your names on this. So thank you very much.
So businesses want to participate on the $5 campaign. They call the American Cancer Society?
Yes.
What's the phone number?
505-262-6010, or you can reach us at cancer.org as well.
Same thing for the tickets for the gala?
Yes.
Great. Or if you have any questions, just call us at the mayor's office, 768-3000, or call 311. We'll get you hooked up. So thanks for what you're doing around the world and saving lives and making lives better as well. So
thank you, Mayor.